Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to be reading this story to you. It's called Herbert and Harry by Pamela Allen. I'm not actually going to be showing you any of the pictures from the story. I'm just going to read it aloud. And what I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to visualize what I think the story means. So I'm going to be paying special attention to any sort of themes or hidden messages that I think might be in the story. And then afterwards, I'm going to share with you my visualization, my drawing of what I think it means. Okay, so here it goes. Herbert and Harry. Once upon a time, there were two brothers called Herbert and Harry who lived together in the same house, dug together in the same garden, and fished together from the same boat. One day, while they were out fishing, they hauled up a great treasure. "This treasure is mine!" shouted Herbert. "I pulled it up." "No," said Harry, "I chose this place to cast our net." So Herbert pushed Harry, and Harry fell. Splash! Harry was a strong swimmer and managed to get safely home, while Herbert rowed the treasure as fast as he could for as long as he could until he reached a lonely stretch of coast. From there, he started to walk. He wanted to get as far away from Harry as possible. At last, Herbert lay down to sleep, but even though it was very dark and he was very tired, he could not sleep. What if Harry came and stole the treasure? So the next day, Herbert hid the treasure among the roots of an old tree. But that night, when it got dark, he still could not sleep. What if someone had seen him put it there? He decided to take the treasure high into the hills where no one would find it. He walked many days and many nights. The land got emptier and emptier, and the treasure got heavier and heavier. At last, he reached the highest mountain in the land, and there he hid the treasure under some rocks, but still he could not sleep. What if someone had followed him and stole the treasure while he slept? He decided the only way to keep the treasure safe was to put it in a place which was so strong no one could get in. He began to chip the rock. Chip, 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 went Herbert. Many years passed. At last he had made a deep, dark tunnel into the middle of the tallest mountain in the land. He pushed the treasure right to the end of the tunnel, then blocked the entrance with a huge boulder. But still he could not sleep. What if someone forced him to tell where the treasure was? Then they could steal it. He decided he must protect himself. To protect himself, Herbert needed guns, lots of guns. But guns were not enough. Herbert needed a fort. Many more years passed. Today, Herbert and Harry are very old men. Herbert still guards the treasure in his fort on top of the highest mountain in the land, but still he cannot sleep. While Harry, who had no treasure, has always been able to sleep soundly. The end. So I guess for me, the main message in that story is that while the two brothers obviously started out being great friends, and they went on very different paths throughout their lives. Herbert obviously found some treasure, which is fantastic. Who doesn't want treasure or money or cars or big flashy things? But yet he lived a lonely life. He had no friends. He had no family. He had nobody really. He had his treasure, but what good did that bring him? And I guess for Harry, he had everything. He had his family. He had a home. He was healthy. So I feel like Harry was the real winner there. And this is the picture that I have drawn. I'm going to show you here. So for me, the main message I think is that family is number one, that family is most important. You can have all the treasures and jewels in the world, but if you don't have family and love from your family, then that's the most richest thing in the world, I guess. And families are made up of lots of different combinations of mums and dads or just partners, kids, aunties, uncles.